By the time you're watching this video, you're probably already in 2023. If not, it's almost right there, right? We're almost towards the finish line, to say the least. But 2023 is basically upon us, if it's not already here. What is your prediction of when this damn SEC versus Ripple case will finally conclude, guys? Now, from Ranger XRP, I predict an XRP versus Ripple settlement in 3 days, right? So, will it happen? Will it not? We'll wait and see in the next few days. But let me state my prediction. Like I said before, guys. Like a lot of other people believe that the Ripple versus SEC case will conclude by March, right? That's what I believe as well. So, but there's an add-on here. If it doesn't happen by March of 2023, I believe it's going to happen right before the collapse or during it, guys. Or right after, right in that same vicinity or that time frame. Overall, it's going to conclude at that time if it doesn't happen by March 2023. So we gotta hope and pray it happens then, right? Or by March of 2023, right? And the reason why I'm not just pulling things out of thin air, guys. The reason I state 666 likes, or 666 likes, by the way, but the reason I state why there's a very high chance for the Ripple case to conclude in March is because of this. The Federal Reserve, right? The Fed interest rates. So February is the next meeting, if I'm not mistaken, guys, which means they'll probably raise another 50-point basis hike, right? Another 50 points. So then comes what? March. Yes, they cannot go higher and higher and higher, right? They're already turning their stance. Basically, they're becoming dovish, guys, which means March is when they pause. Most likely, they're going to pause the interest rate hikes, right? Which means, therefore, they pivoted, guys. I mean, they already started, right? Everyone has their own different definitions of what a pivot means, but March pause, which then correlates with XRP Ripple, or the Ripple case concluding at that same time. What are the chances? What are the odds, right? So then the Fed is going to pause. Then what? After some time, they're going to start cutting down rates, which means my prediction for 2023 is we're going to have a dump incoming because the DXY has to go back up, guys, right? Nothing can go down forever, nothing can go up forever. It's literally the price action, which then means Ripple case concludes March of 2023 with the Fed pausing their interest rate hikes, and then XRP goes on a bull run, right? The beginning of pump and never stop till the collapse. The collapse we dump, right? There's so much fear and all this stuff taking place, but when I believe as well, when the new financial system arrives, that's when XRP truly reigns supreme. There we go. Now, from Tether. Happy 2023 from Tether. This is definitely predictive programming, guys. Subliminal messaging. Why? Listen to this. Because Tether, the logo is inside this balloon, right? Think about it. It hasn't popped yet. Wow, did we just get confirmed that Tether is not going to pop in 2023? But what about 2024 or 2025? Exactly, guys. It's going to pop. You guys know when. During the collapse, then if this is a confirmation that Binance and USDT isn't going to go away now, then it's going to happen during the damn collapse. Exactly. So possibly that's what a confirmation right here. That Tether balloon sure seems inflated. But it has to get bigger and bigger and bigger, right? Till it finally pops. Then on the other hand, ECB's President Lagarde, right? Christine Lagarde, the wise owl. The recession we feared is likely to be short-lived and shallow. So this is another proof in the pudding that possibly they want history to repeat, right? Just like inflation will be transitory. Exactly, guys. These people do not care. What they care about is wiping out the middle class, right? 100%. They want a two-tier system, possibly the poor / the rich. The poor gets what? Universal basic income, right? Which there's a hidden motive or agenda tied to it. The rich is quote-unquote free. By the way, we are all free. Don't forget that. But this Lagarde, IMF head convicted of criminal charges over massive government pay, who face potentially 1 year in jail, will not face any punishment. They never will, right? They never will, guys. So they're talking about the recession is likely to be short-lived, right? So if you do see a dump here very shortly, remember, the Fed will come in and save the day. We already talked about this, guys. This is crazy to me though. FDIC saying, quote, I do think it's hard to get a lot of demand for transparency right now in this sort of period of peacetime, but that is going to flip, and it's going to flip faster than we saw in 2008, end quote. Saying it plain and simple, this is way worse than 2008. Wow, these people stated, guys, they're telling us right in our damn face, right? Listen to this.
I'd like to go back to some of Dick's early comments. I do think it is hard to get a lot of demand for transparency right now in this sort of period of peacetime, but that is going to flip, and it's going to flip probably even faster than we saw in 2008, where the need for communications really quickly in the social media world to avoid disinformation.
And guess what? It's going to be, yes, way worse than 2008, right? When we talk about the collapse, and I'm pretty sure they're talking about the collapse, not the recession, if there even is one, guys, but I don't think there will be. I believe the collapse is going to be a lot worse than 2008, but which we can't even fathom at this point in time, right? Hey guys, the large Ponzi scheme that we are running is approaching a breaking point. Exactly, right? And that is when 24-25, pretty much everyone involved is illiquid, because we have completely obliterated the perception of value through monetary policy, and we have no idea what anything is actually worth anymore, right? We really need a fresh start, so we are going to let it all collapse and socialize the losses, meaning you, the people, have to pay the bulk of the fallout as banks and pensions collapse, and a few big banks scoop up the remaining assets, including affected customers. The rich definitely get richer, right? When this collapse is inbound, guys, and everything falls dramatically that we can't even fathom at this point in time, guess who's going to buy it all up again? These people, the banks, right? They're going to concentrate these assets more and more and more to themselves, to their system, right, that they control at this point in time. So we see the proof in the pudding, guys. It's so simple. How don't people see, right? But don't forget that we're going to be talking about Ripple, how Ripple comes in and saves the day as well. And it ties to all of this, guys, right? It ties all together. This is why you should probably watch the full video, guys, and like and subscribe, and obviously share, right? Spread awareness of what's upcoming. Obviously not financial advice, but Joe Biden, January 2022, the stock market has hit record after record after record on my watch. The stock market just had its worst year since 2008, right? So that's what Joe Biden basically stated about this, that on his watch, we pumped crazy. But the thing he doesn't understand, right? Maybe he has dementia, who knows? He's probably very sleepy at times, but is that they printed so much money, guys. They have bought all these assets up, which means everything is inflated at this point in time, right? Like that Tether balloon, right? Think about it, guys. It has to pop at some point, but I still believe we're going to have this final leg up, guys, right? Why? Because everyone's calling for a collapse right now, which means the opposite takes place. But I do believe a dump is incoming, because the DXY has to move up, right? So cryptos and stock markets dump at that time, and then we finally start pumping like never before, guys. From Ripple, let's talk central bank digital currencies. Let's talk about it, guys. Secure blockchain innovation for a sustainable economy. Where is this world heading towards? Yes, right? Ripple offers a complete platform for minting, managing, transacting, and destroying CBDCs. Each solution is built on a private ledger that is based upon the XRP ledger technology, a proven blockchain that has transacted over 70 million times over the course of 10 years and is trusted by financial institutions around the world, right? The XRP ledger that never sleeps, right? Or the blockchain in itself never sleeps, guys, right? The ledger that keeps everything transparent, which means everything's now centralized, right? Which has its pros and cons, guys, right? In the future, will we see a lot of corruption? Actually, any corruption take place? Possibly no, maybe so, I'm not sure. But why choose Ripple CBDC platform, right? So they're preparing everyone of what's upcoming, guys. These CBDCs and whatnot. Stability, security, and resilience. Access and inclusion. Interoperability and overlay services. Sustainability. How Ripple CBDC platform works, right? Onboard, mint, distribute, transact, redeem, and destroy. So let's now check this next video out, guys, right here. Says it all. Sounds a lot like XRP and Ripple. and ISO 222 cryptos.
Out the architecture for this massive shift. Put simply, financial technology is revolutionizing the $23 trillion old guard banking industry. You see, over the past 3 years, while the total value of U.S. bank stocks has slid by
She stated old guard, right? Because the old system is now about to leave, guys. The new guard is inbound, which is what the new order, right? A new system altogether.
30%. The total value of fintech stocks has increased by 272%. This chart shows the early stages of this huge distortion in action.
It's amazing. Why don't we hear about this shift in the news?
The reason being, like we stated before, is that they don't want us peasants, right? Or quote unquote, we the quote unquote peasants in, because they don't want us to get rich and wealthy. They want us to be enslaved to their system, right? This is why the collapse haven't happened right now, because there's not enough people enslaved to their system, guys. By 2024, 25, there will be enough, right? There will be a tipping point, and then the world cannot handle it any longer, so it needs to collapse. Now, this is why they don't want us to get rich and wealthy, right? They want us to be involved into what UBI, Universal Basic Income.
I mean, this seems to me like it should be a front page story.
I totally agree. But yeah, I got to remember, the central banks and the folks on Wall Street, they want to keep this transformation under wraps for as long as they possibly can.
So they can get in front of it first.
Of course. And to avoid panic. This reset will be a huge shock when Americans catch on. That's why the average person won't hear a word about the story until it's obvious to just about everyone. And by then, it's going to be too late.
Yeah,
Exactly.
profits will be gone.
Right, the same way it works with any world-changing investment story.
Yep, exactly, guys, right? So by then, it'll be too late, which means the same thing will happen with the rug pull, right? When they collapse the full economy. They're not going to tell you ahead they're not going to tell you before it happens, guys. And this is why the collapse isn't happening in 2023. I don't believe so, because everyone's calling for it. How does that make sense? It doesn't. By 2024, 25, people are going to be so euphoric that you won't even believe it. I'm going to speed up the rest of the video. Listen carefully.
That's why if you're going to invest, I'd recommend you do it right now, today. And I found a small company at the center of it all. They're building the bridge between the legacy banking world and a new financial system. This firm recently bought the assets and the intellectual property to build what could become one of America's first government-accepted stablecoin networks, a project that they aim to launch.
So people were talking about, she's not talking about Ripple or XRP, but it does sound very similar, right? Seems like she is an American economist, author, journalist, and public speaker who writes about Wall Street Journal and the US economy. So these people definitely know what's upcoming, guys, right? Ripple is still taking shots at Swift, making a collaboration unlikely. Poster from Ripple swell in London this year. Swift isn't fast enough, right? But what is? What is, folks? This new tech that we have, literally on a silver platter, right? Handed to us. Will we take advantage of it or no? You let me know. From Ripple Riddler 1. Unfortunately, 2023 will be the worst year to hold crypto. Even the crypto billionaires will lose almost everything. Bitcoin will drop below $1,000. Altcoins will be vanished. Happy New Year, right? The phoenix must rise from the ashes. But like I said before, guys, I believe this collapse isn't happening in 2023. What I believe is we're going to pump, right? XRP is going to go on a major bull run before the collapse. When the collapse takes place, it's going to fall heavily, possibly because everyone's selling. But then afterwards, when they bring in a new system, we might finally see that flip of the switch. I'm not sure. But from Pharaoh XRP or Pharaoh X33, yearly candle closure later today. Finally, if you have made it this far, congratulations, you are a legend. Now, wish you all a prosperous and abundant 2023. There will be a lot of turbulence. Hold on tight. Exactly, guys, right? At this point in time, 2023 is right here. If it's not already here, guys, it's literally right here. Let's see what happens in 2023. Not financial advice, not financial advice, and not financial advice. But anyways, that's all for you guys. Amazing. See ya.